Oh, you're back. You're back.
Oh, maybe it's the battery problem. Below 35, then it's straight away off.
Oh, maybe.
What was I
Right.
saying?
Reassure. The third step, reassure
Uh,
that whatever they feel is valid, right? And then, yeah.
you got to reassure them with information. So a lot of times they might be confused, like what's going on, or maybe they feel like
Mm.
figuratively speaking, the world is spinning and they're very confused. So you got to give them information like logic, facts, tell them facts because they are not,
Okay.
they are overwhelmed, right? So they need to to be grounded, right?
Okay.
So
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 to
you
get
need
them
to
back to the earth, to the
to
surface.
ground them lah. We call to ground
Yeah.
them to your duty is to help them to feel safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Mm-hmm.
feel like, oh yeah, okay, I'm okay, I'm still here, I'm still on earth, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So is it like help them to see what's really happening or something like that, right? Like it's
like, I mean, you cannot flood them with information lah because they're already very overwhelmed. But then you
yeah.
need to tell them like, you know, like let them know useful information lah. Like, let them know, assess, like this is the situation here. Like what's going
Mm-hmm.
on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
matter of be like that lah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But of course not
Yeah.
in a judgy way lah. I know some people are thinking, yeah, like I always try to kick some sense into this person and then they totally reject me. But
Yeah.
if you speak in such a way like it's condescending or it's like annoying, then it will backfire.
True,
Right?
true, true, true,
You're like,
true.
what's this person like talking down to me like I'm an idiot like that?
Mm. Mm.
So
Like they
so
shouldn't feel what they feel or something like that. They will feel
yeah. So
yeah.
so essentially it's more like you want to be reassured that okay, things are going to be okay. I am still alive. I am here right now, you know. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
giving an example lah because there are so many instances where a person will need emotional first aid. So like some of the examples that I gave earlier on was, having a mental breakdown or in the midst
Yeah.
of psychosis or
How
in the
about
midst of mm,
how
yeah.
about can you share from your experience from
Mm.
a real experience, like how you manage to help to settle someone or like first aid someone mentally,
Did
and
I
how useful this skill is.
I don't think it's like some real skill that like only like experts know how to do it. I feel like everyone
Yeah,
has it
but
there. It's just that
yeah.
whether you are macam aware and you naturally you will bring it out of you, right?
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
see an example. I could only think about angry people for some reason.
Okay.
You know?
So how
Yeah.
do you first aid them? I mean, or yeah,
like
like
what
an
you
example
like
lah.
what we said is just reiterating what we said, following the steps. So it's asking them, oh,
Mm-hmm.
what happened, like what's going on. Then get them to talk. So then when they're
Mm-hmm.
talking to you, then you just like, yes, yes, I understand. And then when you're talking
Mm.
to them, of course you got to speak in a lower tone, a softer voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise you
Mm-hmm.
will provoking them. It's like you're
Yeah.
too loud. It's like, what?
True.
When they're upset, you also upset. You also react. Huh? You want to kill yourself? Huh?
Yeah.
Or you also more dramatic than them lah. Like you want to one up them like that. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So you also
That's
you gotta
one.
be
Yeah, that
one,
would
right?
be weird.
Yeah, you gotta be the calm one, and then also you can't be the one that is like dismissive. A lot of people are dismissive, like they'll be like, "Ayah, so small thing, you can settle, huh? Hi, you feel suicidal? What? Ayah, why your life is so good lah? Why you want to die? What? You know." So you know, you make this kind of expression, people straight off already. Like I talk to you, so waste time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
True,
so
true,
it's
true.
it's like sometimes it's a bit hard lah, because you know our facial expressions are sometimes automatic, right? So imagine like if
Yes.
someone telling you their, you know, their difficulty, and then you start rolling your eyes like
Yeah, like totally not keeping space for them.
like totally like, huh? You call this big deal, huh? You don't know what is big deal, huh? You know how during my days, wow, you know, I tahan so many other things, you know, huh? Wow, all these abusive things, you know, going through all this difficulty also, I didn't give up my life, you know. Now you little bit things also you want to
Mm.
complain, you also want to die, huh? Oh, so you say this kind of thing, you win, lor. Right?
Yeah.
It's a competition,
True,
right?
true,
Like,
true.
so
Yeah.
ended up the person will feel even more injured instead of feeling
Yes.
understood, right? So
Yes. Or hurt.
what I learned
Yeah.
from all the so-called experience is
Yeah.
that you don't talk about your experience. You know,
Mm.
when they are talking, you just, you
Let
know,
them.
acknowledge, right? Like you say, affirm them. You don't need to add on like, oh yeah, yeah, I was like that also, you know, I also, when I was young, I was like blah blah blah. No need that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true,
Those
true. Very true.
grandmother story, that one you leave
Yeah.
for
Later the
relative.
conversation become for them instead of for the person.
Suddenly it become you already, suddenly it's like, oh my,
Yeah.
yeah, I broke my leg, I walked all the way to the hospital.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know this
It's very true.
story?
Yes, yes.
So it's
Actually,
like,
I noticed
what
that
is
it
it?
happened very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
That
we
people
can't
were,
wait to hijack the conversation, something like that.
I don't think it's intentional. I think a lot of people do it out of like they want to be affiliated, or they feel like, oh, you know, actually I understand how you feel, you know,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
there
yeah,
before.
yeah.
I have been depressed before. I have been suicidal before. I have been blah blah blah. I have been all sorts of things lah. But the point
Mm.
is, how much self-disclosure is necessary during this part, right? So
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
take the analogy of the first aid, it's like someone already broke their arm. What use is it when you tell them, oh yeah, I also broke my arm last time. It doesn't hurt lah. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, I recovered. Like, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
How do
yeah.
you help my situation here? And
True,
you're
true.
not me. I'm the one who is injured, broken arm now. You come and tell me that you know, your arm is broken last year or last time, but now recover already. Okay, like what? It's
Yes,
not related, right? So
yes.
just use that analogy. Just use, like, remind yourself, you know,
Yep, yep.
emotional first aid is similar to the physical first aid. What you
Yeah,
wouldn't do in a physical situation, you don't expect to do it during an emotional situation.
yes. Like just now you mentioned the physical one, right? How about airway? How do we give emotional airway then in this case?
Okay. In physical, you got to check the airway is whether their airway is blocked, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
See whether is something blocking them so that they can breathe, right? If
Yes.
they're unconscious lah. So
Yeah.
similarly, this one you got to check whether they are suicidal, whether their their life is in danger or not. Are they at risk of injuring themselves?
Right.
Can they
Okay.
can they breathe? Can they understand what you're saying? Right? Are
Okay.
they con-
Okay.
are they there? So it's also tied to the assessment part, right? Because
Yes.
you got to see whether this person is all there or not, ma. If not, how they gonna explain to you whether they, you know, what they're
Mm.
experiencing. Let's say lah,
Yes.
they're under the influence of substance. So
Yes.
so they're not there. So you talk sense also no use. So you got to skip all this listening step already. You have to go straight to emergency. Betul tak?
Yes. So
So just
how
like
do
this person, mm,
yeah,
go on.
how do people what should people do if they know that it's an emergency, then this person, they don't know what they are doing already?
You got to call 999 lah. The real emergency people will come and take them. A lot
Okay,
of
all
people, they
right.
don't know. They think that the emergency only for physical injury. No. You also can call the ambulance.
Okay.
They will bundle the person up to bring them to the hospital. Yeah, and give them,
Right.
tranquilizer,
I think this
whatever
is a
drugs.
great point. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
help them to calm
Yes. I
down.
think
Yes.
yeah, I think this is an important point, because some people, when we meet suicidal people, maybe we wouldn't know what to do. But if it's
Yeah,
an
and they're not.
emergency,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You can
So,
call the emergency whenever this person is at risk of harming themselves or harming others,
okay,
right?
all right.
So call, you can call the ambulance to ask them to come and take this person because they are experiencing, you know, a serious. But you got to assess also lah whether this person is, armed or dangerous or whatever. So whether you need to get the police involved or, other people to, help.
Right.
So that's why assessing the situation is important. But a lot of times, people who are mentally disturbed, they are not physically apa?
Violent,
Yeah,
dangerous.
they're not dangerous to others lah. Most of the time, they're dangerous to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the more important step to take is to call the emergency, department, 999, and ask them to get ambulance to come. Yeah.
Okay.
This is important, especially those people like, they lock themselves in the room, they don't want to come out. A lot of people, they don't want to come out, or they don't eat, they starve themselves for a few days. So
Right.
there are these kind of emergencies, and their loved ones actually don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think some people are quite uninformed about what they should do.
That's right.
How about if it's not an emergency case, but like how to get them to breathe? Like just now you say the airway, we need to make sure whether the airway is blocked or not.
Yep.
So what if it's in the middle? How to get them to breathe?
It really depends lah, because you also need to know whether this person is ready to talk and whether, they want to talk to you. So, if let's say you can't get that person to open up, then you need to get someone they trust, right? Someone that they respect to come and talk to them. At least to persuade them to come out of the room, or to go and seek professional assistance lah, right?
Right.
So a lot
Right.
of times, a lot of people, they don't know. They just leave the person alone, let them be, and then they get worse,
Yeah.
So I would say, if that person is experiencing trauma, better not leave them alone lah. Don't leave them alone in the room, or they go toilet ka, Make sure that they are not doing something
Harmful
weird
to
lah.
themselves.
Yeah, that's right. So even in the washroom, let's say they're going to take a shower, you make sure you time them, or make sure like, you can open the toilet from outside, This really is a safety tip lah, especially those people who are at risk, or they are not stable, not mentally stable.
Which brings me to the question, right? How do we assess a person
Right.
whether it's at risk or not? Whether the person's risky or not?
That's why you have to ask them questions lah, right? If you don't ask them anything, then how are you going to know whether they are at risk or not? Right?
True.
So you have to see the situation as well. So let's say this person, they just gone through a breakup, or maybe they failed their exam. They've gone through something traumatic. Their husband left them, or they found out that their lover cheated on them. All this drama lah in life, right?
Yeah,
All this,
yeah.
or they just lost a lot of money from their business or gambling or whatever lah, right? Life
Yeah.
problems. So they
Mm.
hurt some needs and you can see their face very black and then don't want to talk or maybe crying. So you
Yeah.
need to assess, you need to understand, you need to ask questions, right? So
Okay.
of course maybe at the beginning they might feel, you know, like they don't want to talk about it. And okay, fine, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to force them to talk. You can just be
Yes.
there, right?
Yeah.
But don't leave them alone lah. Yeah, but if they say,
Right.
I just want to be alone, then you say, okay, I will give you some space, like maybe 10 minutes. And then make sure that, you know, they don't have weapons around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something like
Okay.
that. Huh?
Okay. So what's
But
the next step?
sometimes, what is the next step? The next step, you guess lah. I keep asking you to guess.
See if the person need help.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh,
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
have a yeah.
What if they
I think we
don't
have
want to talk about it and refuse to meet anyone? This one is not their choice. Sometimes they can say, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want blah, blah, blah. You know, I refuse. Okay. Like I say, you give them some space, maybe, you know, 10 minutes or how long? 30 minutes? Okay, I leave you. But then after that, you come back again. You keep checking on them. Yeah?
until they
Keep
finally
checking.
talk.
Yeah, you have to lah. There's no choice, no way around it. Either that or you want them to continue to spiral, right? So you're betting that they will come out of it themselves. They will recover, or if I let them be, they will be okay. But what if they are not? So if you leave them be and then next thing you know they already ended their life, then how? Then you are the one who is like, I didn't know, bo. They want to be left alone, so I leave them alone, lor. Would you want to
True.
take that risk? Would you want to take that risk? You don't,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So because you care about this person, so you will want them to, you know, tell you or reassure you that they are okay, right?
Yep. Yep.
Wouldn't it be overwhelming? Overwhelming for whom? For you or for the other person? You feel like you're burdening them because you're asking questions? Like, which one? Wouldn't it be overwhelming for
I think
the party?
should be to the person. Yeah. I feel like it means that.
Well, yeah. So now the question back to you is, do you want to be overwhelming to them at a risk? So you're taking a risk here. You're hoping that, you know, I don't want to burden them lah with all these questions. I just leave them be lah. So the question here is, you want to leave them be. So do you think they are going to be okay? Ke tak okay? You're gambling mah, right? So isn't it better if you gamble to say, no, I go for it and just make sure that they're okay, rather than I don't go for it, I leave them be, and then something happens, something unprecedented happens, right? Isn't it logic? Let's say if it is your loved one lah, someone that you really care about, right? Your best friend. And you say, yeah, leave me alone lah. You know, I'm really stressed out right now. You just leave me be. If it's your best friend, you know, you will leave that person. Like macam you feel like, yeah, better go and check on him, you know?
Yeah. Maybe it could be the person, they themselves not even know how to deal with that feelings, right? So it would be better for us to talk instead, right? To talk to them instead, right? Because they could be not knowing even how to deal with it.
Yeah, I suppose you can give them some space. Like I say, give them 10 minutes, half an hour, okay? Let them cool down or calm down or whatever, right? But keep checking on them lah, to make sure that they're alive.
Yeah.
I don't know at what state are they okay? Are they not okay? When are they okay? This is a gamble, isn't it?
Mm.
So you leave them alone for 1-2 days, and then next thing you know, it's a body you are finding, not, you know.
Mm.
So
True.
like, why are you so afraid of being clingy? Is it because you're afraid of being rejected, or what? What is it that is an obstacle for you to reach out to this person?
True, true, true.
Like, what is
True.
the obstacle? There's no loss for you, right? Like, if you reach out extra, like you are so-called clingy, right? Is there a loss of your time ka? Or your feelings ka will be hurt if the person say, yeah, get lost, you know, I don't want to talk to you. you feel
True.
like paiseh, like
Yeah, but it could be that
my battery
person
low.
really are overwhelmed, right? Okay. Up?
You should, because the battery is low.
Yeah.
So you were saying?
Yeah, because sorry. Yeah, so sometimes they could be angry because they don't even know how to deal with themselves. But I think, well, silent company is better than no company as well, lah, right?
Yeah, probably. Well, it's a delicate situation lah, I guess. And you are just there to help. So if you look at, you compare the CPR, the emergency again. So if
Yeah.
someone broke their arm lah, right? If someone broke their arm, but you cannot see the injury, you know, you can't see the broken bones sticking out, but they're hurting. But then they keep telling you, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm going to the hospital, I'm fine, I'm fine. You know, let me be, you know, but they're lying down on the on the floor. So what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna leave them lying there? Ka?
No, it's
Right.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So how come we are so clear about what we will do in an emergency, physical emergency situation? But when someone is mentally unstable, or
Unstable
they're macam
emergency.
emotionally they need first aid, we are so hesitant to
Mm,
to reach out. Why?
yeah,
Why do we
true.
hesitate?
Yeah, because
Right?
we thought we don't see it or we can't see it. That doesn't mean it's not there, or
So
that
we're
doesn't mean that
doubtful.
person is not suffering.
Right? But then,
Yeah.
like, let's say see this person, he fell down on the floor, and then they macam they cannot get up, and they lying there. But then you cannot see any injury. You didn't see blood. But then they say, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Then what will you do? You still say, hey, never mind lah, you know, let's call the ambulance, or can you get up? I bring you to the hospital, I bring you to the clinic, we check it out, you know, something like that, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
is natural. We would do that.
Yeah, it's like instinct lah. We want to help lah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
as a if it's a friend lah, or someone you know, right?
Yes.
Stranger, maybe you will feel like maybe other people will do it lah, you know. Then the say, you know, the stranger will say, it's okay, I okay, my father coming already. Then you're like, sure, okay. Then you go on your way lah, right? But if it's
Yeah.
your friend fell down and then cannot get up, you sure will pick him up and bring him to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so if your friend shut the door, say, yeah, leave me alone, no, like I don't want to talk to anybody, like that, then you just, okay lah, bye. Like, huh? You would do
True.
that?
No. I mean,
Right.
yeah. It's
not
natural
logical,
lah.
right?
Yeah, it's natural that we want to help lah, I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
So of course, after I said, after you reassure them, you got to encourage them to seek professional help. So a
Okay.
lot of times they will self-stigmatize. They also will feel like, no, I'm okay, you know, I'm not having a mental breakdown. No, I'm not, you know, I'm so used to having an anxiety attack. It's okay, you know, it will go away. I don't need to seek help. I don't need to take medication. I don't need to go and look for a psychiatrist or a counselor.
Or befriender.
I don't need to talk to a professional or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
macam they don't want people to know that they are suffering, you know? They just want
Yeah.
to hide lah, right?
Yeah.
So we got to encourage them to seek help. It's
Mm.
for their future, it's for their
Quality of life.
the betterment of their life lah in the future, you know. So they got to
Yeah.
plan for it. They got to make sure they recover lah, right? Because if you keep leaving them like that, their situation will
Get
deteriorate.
worse.
We're not sure lah. But again, like I say, you're betting with nature lah. You're betting that this person will have the resilience and the ability to pull through by themselves.
True.
How many people able to do that? We're not sure lah, right?
Yeah.
People who came out themselves, they'll be like, yeah, you know, I'm so mentally strong. Like, okay, good for you, right? Good for you. How many people manage to do that on their own? How many?
True.
Right? Everybody needs support, and it will be easier if we support each other, and the help is out there. So why do you want to self-stigmatize to tell yourself, no, I am okay, no, I just need to rest, or fine, you can rest.
Yeah.
But after you feel the problem is there.
Yeah.
Then,
I think people belittle it because it's something that we can't see. Because no pain ma, no wound no injury
it's normal lah. I think I do that a lot as well. Like I will just dismiss my problems. Like
True.
It's not a problem lah. Just ignore, you know.
Then slowly it accumulates now.
We were not sure. Sometimes it will go away. Yes, sometimes. Okay, then it will come back. Sometimes we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So only you know yourself, you know yourself best. But as a person who cares about someone else, you know, your loved ones, or you know, your good friends, if you notice something different about them, you notice that their behavior is different, you know, they are behaving in an erratic manner, or they have lost it, you know, then you got to raise the concern, isn't it?
Yeah, true. By approaching and asking, you know, instead of
and
like
encouraging them. And a lot of times they need a lot of encouragement. It's not one time you tell them, hey, go and see a specialist, they will be like, yeah, okay, like very quiet like that, go and do it, you know. People will be like hesitant, you know, like us lah, want to go and see doctor also, don't want lah, COVID, after COVID first lah, it's okay lah, I take something, you know, to fix it, you know. So we also try to deny, right? Even physically we also try to deny
what
right?
more to say mental.
That's right. So hopefully we don't come out damaged lah, right? Emotionally we might be, but I don't know lah how we end up being. So a lot of people, you know, they struggle with it for a long time, you know, for years, and they'll be like, you know, I've been living with this illness for such a long time. I've been living with depression, I've been living with anxiety, and you know, I never sought any help, you know, and then after that it just keep getting worse. You know, it gets better, get worse, get better, get worse. So, you know, rather than you struggling on your own, why don't you find, you know, extra help? It's just an avenue, another option for you to consider. That's all, right? And if you don't like it, you can quit. If you don't like it, you can quit, right? It's okay to walk out of the clinic. It's okay to walk out on your doctor. If he says something that you best on, you can just leave. Right? Nobody is
but
going
most
to sue
importantly
you.
is to seek help and not to suffer alone.
That's right. And you can cari sampai you ngam, right? It's not like like you go to one doctor and then he tell you all the right things and then you be like, oh, I'm cured, thank you, doctor. Not like that, right?
It's a process.
Sometimes you have to look for something or someone who can really offer the help that you need. right? But you mustn't give up lah.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, I think it's also the caretaker or the loved ones who are hesitant, who doesn't know what to do in this situation, right? Their loved one is struggling, and then they're like, oh, how should I just leave them be? Should I just let them? No.
True,
Just
true,
bring them,
true.
get them checked first. Yeah.
Okay.
So encourage them, and I think it's about building relationships in the end, right? Because if the person doesn't want to open up to you, then shouldn't you self-reflect a bit? Like, why this person don't want to open up to me?
Yeah.
Is
And
it because
instead,
I'm very irritating?
instead
Or is
should
it because I cannot be trusted?
instead should like learn to create that safe space, maybe as a parent or as a partner, as a husband or wife.
Yeah.
We need to learn how to create that safe space, right, in the relationship.
Yeah. And I think
allow
it's
that.
hard. Like sometimes there's an image there, like, oh, I'm the parent, I know everything, I know what's best for you. I know you shouldn't be dating that guy, he's a heartbreaker, he's a bad guy. You're gonna give all this motherly, fatherly advice that nobody asked for. Right?
So unsolicited advice. So with that already closed down the
That's
door.
right. The door already tutup.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Sometimes it's like that also. Your loved ones, you keep hearing them talk. You don't want to hear them talk. But then if some third party come and tell you the same thing, you feel like, sangat
Makes
berlogic.
sense.
Yeah, that's why
True.
you got to pay
also
someone else to tell the fella what you said all the time. It's just coming out from a different mouth.
Yeah. So having said that, right, like since we are talking about mental health first aid, right? So is befriender is also considered as that, right? First aid.
Yeah,
In a
consider.
way.
Yeah, we give emotional support when someone is in distress. So yeah, we can consider, but we are not professionals.
Yeah.
So please don't chari us for professional advice, because we don't give advice. We don't give any kind of advice. We're just listening, so the first few steps we do, not the last step. Yeah.
Yes. But it's better than not seeking help at all. So that's why like in our sharing, social media sharing, we always like encourage people to seek help. Reach out. It's okay to reach out. There's no stigma in looking for therapy, seeking help.
Anonymous also when they talk to a befriender, you don't have to reveal your identity, which is great, because a lot of times people don't like to, they realize they cannot tell their parents how they feel or tell their loved one how they feel, because there's an image there, there's a lot of conflict, and maybe it's also related to this person and how they're going to react. So you need, a stranger to hear. Just voice out.
Yes, who can keep everything PNC, and then you just feel safe telling someone, at least tell someone what you do.
Yeah, you just want to luahkan the perasaan. You just want to express it out. That's how we release our stress. Some of the stress gets released from this exposure, from this verbally saying it out or typing it out.
And strangely, when we say it out, we will like, we will process it in a way as well, like, like that.
So some people, we verbal process lah. We need to say it in order for us to process it. So we just need like a sounding board like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So then the final acronym after asking for professional help is to support them. So give them continuous support and encourage them to get self-help and also other supporting strategies lah. I mean social support. Okay, because you cannot do it alone mah. You can't be like, only saya seorang saja yang boleh selamatkan dia. Don't be like that, right? You're not God. You're not Superman. So you're not responsible for this person's life sahaja, So get everybody involved. right? They have friends,
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
relatives, they have teachers, they have classmates, they have, so you got
Yeah.
to seek
Agree.
help from
Yep.
people around to support them.
Yeah.
So that's about it. So very easy, right? A for assess,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
B, then L for listen, right?
Yes. Yes.
Then what was it? After listen is what?
Reassure. Reassure.
Ah, you reassure,
Yep.
and then E is what? Courage. Encourage to seek
Yeah.
professional help, right?
Yes.
So what's the acronym? LRES support, right? So LRES, LRES is the acronym for mental health first aid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Assess, listen, reassure, encourage, and support. Assess, listen, reassure, encourage, and support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you don't remember anything, just remember Alres. Alres.
I'll rest.
I cannot. Doctor A B C D and Alres.
I'll
Remember this.
rest. I'll rest. Yeah.
Alres. Alright, so I think it's the end lah. Left at 10%
Yeah.
battery.
Okay. So yeah, thanks Kelly for sharing this. I hope those who tune in, you gain something helpful lah, some insight, helpful insights.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but
Thank
yeah,
you for listening to my rambles.
but just to reassure everyone that you don't need to be professional actually to be able
That's
to
right.
help.
That's right.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
be anything. You can just be a caring person, you know? Like just be anyone regular and
Yeah.
you know, like just be an empathetic human being. Be kind. Yeah. That's
Who
all.
care enough.
That's
Okay.
right.
Thank
Hey,
you
we
so
should
much,
take a
Kelly, for
selfie,
tuning.
then we can post. We should take a selfie before we quit.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I hope I. Okay, I take one. One,
No,
two,
no, you
three.
look shocked. Again. You do one.
I'm shocked. Okay. Again. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Steph.
Okay. Thank you, Kelly.
Work.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For tuning you next time. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Low bat. Change.